Who'd like to hear a more positive, upbeat story for once? I would. Seems like a lot of the last ones I've been telling have been depressing or disturbing or sad or, something like that. Flip that. Today we're going to do a story that's positive and humorous. So, a couple years ago, actually this was like 10 years ago, I got a lady on Nextdoor reach out. Hey, I need my lawn cut, but I don't have any money. She gave me this sob story, sad situation about how her boyfriend that she lived with had brain cancer, inoperable brain cancer, something like this. And, she wasn't able to get anybody out to cut her grass, and the city was hollering at her. And, okay. And at the time, I was more in a position where I was able to take on what would be considered charity work. This was definitely 120% charity work. I never made a dime off of this yard, and I mowed it, 3 or 4 times. But anyway, this lady reached out to me, and I'm like, being the good Samaritan that I was, I said, okay, sure, I'll come take care of it. Went over there, and of course the grass was overgrown. So I'm getting out there, and I'm edging and trimming, and I had my one of my sit-down zero turns. I don't remember which one at the time, but I was the lady that was there also happened to have a kid, and I think the kid was like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, maybe 10. I don't know. The kid, he was a younger kid. He was a younger child, and the kid saw me out working, and he was fascinated by what I was doing. And he came up to me at one point when I was refilling my gasoline, and he started asking me questions. Hey, my name's William. What's your name? And I told him my name, and I go to such and such school, and just the stuff that little kids do, talking, and I'm kind of like making, conversation with the kid, okay. I don't interact with kids really at all in my line of work, but this was one of those rare times when I did, and it's like, okay, this is kind of weird. I was thinking like, this kid's out here, follow. And it got to the point where he was following me around and kind of like, hey, you missed a spot here, and I'm like showing me stuff, and I'm just like, like laughing at it a little bit, like this kid doesn't know really what I'm doing, and he's, trying to interact with me. And I thought about it for a while, and like, this kid probably has no like male role models in his life other than this guy that's dying of brain cancer, and who even knows if that's true, and who even knows, the story was this guy like sleeps 90% of the day anyway because he's so he's in such bad shape, was what the lady told me. And what she was getting out of this deal, I have no idea. Place to live perhaps. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it was a really stupid, out of my way. Anyway, it was a really sad deal. But anyway, on to the happy. So this guy was this kid was following me around and everything, and he happened to have on his Marvel suit or whatever, his little Marvel uniform for Captain America. And this was back about 10 years ago when Marvel was actually making good stuff. They weren't making garbage. So he had his Captain America suit on and everything, and his little plastic shield, and he was going around, following me around as I was working. At one point, I hadn't seen him for a little bit, so I'm like, okay, he probably went inside. Good. There's some taller weeds out at this part of the property, so I'm thinking, okay, he's gone for good. I can get back to working. So I'm going away. I'm trimming away, hauling ass with this trimmer, and I turn around at one point, and I'm kind of surprised because the kid is standing like right next to me. And no joke, the kid is doing this. Let's see if I can prop this up somewhere to show you. The kid is standing there like this. Kid is standing there like this with his little plastic Captain America shield. What plastic little shield, like he's blocking the grass clippings from hitting him. I thought, wow, that's hilarious. I stopped and had a good laugh, and eventually his mother screamed at him, "Get in the house, rise!" So eventually he went inside, but for those few minutes, it was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting. Gives me a little bit to perspective now, new perspective now that I'm a father too. You know. Luckily, my kid won't turn out without a role model because I'm in his life.